What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am in the garage and I'm going to give you my 3-year review and overview on the Craftsman V20 stick vacuum. First, I'm going to go over the features of the vacuum, what I like, what I don't like, as well as share with you what happened recently that kind of made me want to make this video in the first place, and that is it broke. So I'm going to go over how going through the Craftsman warranty system worked out for us, what our experience was, me and my wife, and now let's get to it. Okay guys, here it is, the Craftsman V20 stick vacuum. So first, a little background. We bought this almost 3 years ago when we bought this house, when we moved into this house, and it replaced our old Dyson vacuum, which needed to be replaced. Obviously that Dyson vacuum was like $500, it was crazy. We were happy with it, but honestly, this one was on sale at the time and consistently goes on sale, as far as I could tell, at Lowe's for $150 to like $190. And with that, you get the whole vacuum as well as a 2 amp hour battery, V20 battery. It makes perfect sense for me. Number one, if you didn't already know, if you don't follow the channel, which I recommend that you do if you like Craftsman stuff. I'm deep into the Craftsman system. I love Craftsman. It's just nostalgic to me. I grew up going to Sears just like the rest of you, and we all know it's not the same Craftsman that it used to be, but I still like it. And I'm just a homeowner, DIY sort of guy. I'm not a professional that needs Milwaukee or anything like that, so it really fits the bill. So regardless, I already had a bunch of these batteries, but it comes with one anyway, a 2 amp hour battery, as well as a charger and a couple attachments here. You can see just general vacuum attachments, a brush one, and then it has this that goes right on the back of the stick and does a good job of keeping it out of the way. But honestly, my wife doesn't use those, so we don't keep them on. Another thing that it comes with, and this is actually different than the first one. The first one that I bought came with your standard V20 charger, something similar to, or really almost the exact same as this, which is somewhat bulky. I guess the newer ones are coming with this much smaller and lighter, more compact charger. I don't know if it's any difference in regards to like charging time or whatever, but that is a nice little piece in my opinion. A couple things that we really like about this vacuum is, number one, the replaceable battery. So when you compare it to like a Dyson vacuum, my wife would use the Dyson and she would get halfway through like vacuuming the house, and then all of a sudden it would go out of battery. And what happens? You have to plug it in and wait for it to charge and then finish later. This, I gave her 2 or 3 extra of these small batteries and just said, keep 2 of them, 1 or 2 of them always charge, and you could just switch them right out and do the whole house in one swipe. Now, that being said, Craftsman does claim that you get like an hour's worth of vacuuming on this small little battery. I think that is probably not true, and if it is, it's just on like the lowest setting, which we don't really use the lowest setting. So on the highest setting on a small battery like this, you're looking at about 15 minutes of use, honestly. But that's okay, because if you have 2 batteries, that gives you a half hour worth of vacuuming, which is more than enough for what we were looking for. Here is the the canister that holds everything. We put this thing through, or we put the old one anyway through the paces. We have 2 dogs, 2 kids, pretty big house, carpets, hardwood floors, everything. It always did its job. I'm not going to show you like a stupid video of me vacuuming stuff. We all know what a vacuum does and looks like, vacuuming up like Cheerios or whatever. That's not really necessary in my opinion to show you on this video, but that being said, we've been very, very happy with it. Another thing that we really like about it is the fact that it just simply stands up on its own like this. As you can see, the Dyson or similar ones do not do that. You have to keep it on like mounted on a wall, or it's laying on the floor or something like that. Another great part of this vacuum is really just the quality of it. It is all plastic, but it's since Craftsman or Stanley Black & Decker is a kind of a power tool company, the quality of the plastic, or I should say just like the thickness of the plastic, is very thick and very sturdy. If you drop it on the floor, physically it will stand to that abuse, in my opinion. Now with that, it is a little bulky because of that, but the trade-off for me, someone like me, is more than worth it. You have your brush down here, that's cleanable. This stick you can remove and just connect the vacuum right to this big head. I don't think we've done that other than like on stairs. It's good for stairs to take that long stick off. On the back here, you do have, if you have Craftsman Versastack system, that's what this is for. You can hang it right on there, which is great. And I think it also works for the Rubbermaid one, but don't quote me on that. I almost forgot another excellent feature of this vacuum, and that is the fact that you have lights right on the front of the head here. I'll show you by turning it on. You can see the LED lights in the front, just like that. So for someone with pets, it really, and we have dark floors. You put that on, you put the light on, and it really illuminates everything on the floor and makes sure you get every little piece of dirt and pet fur that you could possibly find. That's a great feature given the price of this unit. On here, you have the power button as well as 3 different, let's get this to focus here for you. 3 different settings: low, medium, high. When you turn it on, it has a little battery indicator right there. You could see it that way. On to the stuff that I kind of don't like, but honestly, before I even say this, all of this stuff is more than okay with me given the price of the vacuum. If it was like $400, you'd have more of a complaint, but for $150 with the battery, you just can't complain at all. That being said, this canister is not very big, at least for someone with 2 dogs and 2 children. Second, the canister, although it is easy to take off, it's not so easy to get back on, and it is easy to get the stuff out. It's on the bottom, but a lot of the times the pet hair and stuff gets stuck up there. You have to put a pencil or something to get it all out. If I could just take this out and show you with one hand here. Here is the top. The filter's in there. The filter's supposedly washable, but honestly, we bought extra filters from Amazon. They're orange and not red. They're made for a Stanley Black & Decker and not a Craftsman. I will put a link to that in the description box down below if you're looking for those. It also says I could twist this thing, and it says it increases suction. I'd be lying if I ever noticed a difference doing that, but that's what they claim. And here's the port going into the vacuum there. One thing I wanted to mention though is on this battery, you could see here, once again, this is my wife using these, not me, on a day-to-day basis, but this battery is kind of like cracked on a corner. It's kind of like, it looks like it's kind of puffing up a bit on a side. Not on this side, but on this side here. So I'm going to probably throw this thing away. It does hold a charge. Now, as I said earlier, we have 2 here for a reason, and that's because the original one broke after 2.5 years. One day my wife goes to use it, and she hits the button. Let's see if we can get this to focus for you here. She hits the button, and it just blinks every single time. We weren't sure what was wrong with it. She tried to clean it out very thoroughly. That didn't help. We tried different batteries. Everything like that just didn't work. So I had her call the Craftsman hotline, the Craftsman phone number. We did not go to Lowe's. I didn't even have a receipt or anything. Maybe they could look it up when I bought it almost 3 years ago. I'm not sure, but she just went directly to Craftsman. And honestly, guys, I was expecting more trouble than it was worth. I was expecting I had to just go buy a new one, and I probably would have gladly paid another $150 to $200 for another one of these things because we've been so happy with it for the price. But she called up Craftsman. You have a 3-year warranty on these, and we were like just under 3 years. They didn't ask for much of anything, proof of purchase wise or anything, and they said they were going to send a new vacuum. So they said it could take up to 4 to 6 weeks, which is a little disappointing, but you can't complain, right? But like 5 days later, this brand new vacuum was sitting at our door, and I wasn't sure if they were going to send just the vacuum part or without the stick or the head or the attachments, but they sent this thing brand new in a retail box, just like you would get it if you went to buy it at Lowe's today, which I thought was really quite amazing. So overall, I cannot complain at all with this vacuum. I can't complain at all with it holding up over a span of time, and I can't complain at all with the warranty experience that we had getting a new one. I mean, at the end of the day, we used it a lot over 2.5 years. It was only $150 to begin with, and then after 2.5 years, they sent us a brand new one. How could you complain about that? So A+ to Craftsman on this vacuum. I think it is just a rebranded like Stanley Black & Decker, but whatever it is, regardless, this is a great vacuum for a great price with a really good warranty. So overall, thumbs up to Craftsman, and it's definitely a vacuum that I would recommend if it's for your shop, if it's for your home, it doesn't really matter. It's a great vacuum. Let me know in the comment section down below about what you think about this video. Consider subscribing if you want to follow what we do more on this channel, and I will see you next time.